Hi folks, my name is Bodine52 and this is my 2000 Road King Classic. It goes by the name of Duke. Whether you think it's an iconic motorcycle or not, I'll tell you why I think it is the king of the road. Let's do a walk around and take it for a rip. Howdy folks, I hope your day is going well, and I am out enjoying this beautiful, beautiful machine, and in my opinion, the best Harley-Davidson motorcycle there is. And that's coming from a guy that has had two other motorcycles. I purchased this bike last winter, and I will tell you what, it has been perfect for what I wanted for, which is going around town, taking some day trips, and just enjoying the basicness of motorcycle riding. And let me tell you why, or some of the reasons that I love the Road King. I think the first thing is that it's basic. From the ignition, to the look, to the, you can have a windshield on it. I have mine off, which is what I prefer to do. But there's no gadgets on it. I will occasionally have my phone out if I need directions. But there's no cruise control, there's no radio, there's nothing. And it just makes you get back to me what motorcycle riding is about. I have a big touring bike with the GPS and the radio and the comforts, but I feel more like a motorcycle guy when I'm riding this motorcycle. So, some of the things that I like about it, you saw the walk around. I love the classic look of this motorcycle. You know, from the start of the headlight and the headlamp, which is really the one thing that got me about this motorcycle. I just always admired this big headlamp. Just thought it was iconic looking. And just the whole front end of the lights, I just loved, right? From the look of the tank to the look of the front of the bike when you're riding it, to just the rear leather bags, it is just so beautiful and so basic to me. And it gives it what I think is why they call it the Road King Classic. Now, I'm sure there's more of a technical reason on why they call it the Classic, but to me, it's just that base Harley motorcycle that I don't know how it gets better than this. You know, what made me think about doing this video was after I bought this motorcycle last winter, and really just been putting the miles on it this year. I've heard from many people that the one thing that the older Road Kings have is a cam tensioner problem. And while I'm not a mechanic, I do know that if the cam tensioners fail and break apart, it's going to cause what can be some major damage to the engine. So I had the motorcycle taken over to a mechanic to check the cam tensioners and to also check out the bike. Obviously, I've done a safety check and looked at it myself, but while it was over there, I wanted a clean look at it. And fortunately, this motorcycle has 23,000-ish miles on it. The cam tensioners were in good shape. The inner one, I think he said, was about 10 to 20%. The outer one looked newer, and he just said, you are good to go. And as much as you're going to use this bike for riding around town, I don't anticipate you're going to have a problem for a long time. So I love to hear that. And you know, while I had the motorcycle there and he was kind of checking it out, and I made the comment to him. I said, hey, while you got it there, take off that heel toe shifter, will you? Because I am just not a fan of that. And he said while he was doing that, he was kind of looking at my tires. Now, I have the classic white wall tires. And he said, you know, your tires are going to need replaced soon when you look at the tread. He said, but one of the things that kind of sticks out at me is I ran the number on those things, and those tires are actually 15 years old. Obviously, the bike being 20 years old, they've been on here for a while. So I said, hey, let's just flip those out. Isn't that beautiful? And so he said, after I decided what type I wanted, he said, so you want them in black, or you don't want them in white wall? And I said, you know, the white wall I think is really going to be difficult to clean. Let's go ahead and get them. Let's just do the black, right? And he said, gotcha. So I rode home, thought about it for a day, and I'm like, you know, the whole reason I got this motorcycle was the classicness of it. And part of that, in my mind, are the white walls. So I fortunately called him back and said, did you order them yet? He said, nope, today. I said, let's change them up. It's a classic Road King. We need the white walls on it. He said, exactly. So I did post a picture of that on Instagram, and it's funny how many responses I got. 100%. I think there was one person that did and said, got to go with the white walls on a classic. So that's what I did. As soon as those come in, we'll get them thrown on the motorcycle. But you know, it's just a part of what, in my mind, makes this motorcycle what it is. All right, folks, that is it for Bodine 52. Thanks for riding along. If you are considering a second motorcycle, or even a first motorcycle, the newer Road Kings are fantastic too. But if you're looking for a second bike to run around town, a project bike, I'll tell you what, consider the Road King Classic. Thanks, folks. Be safe on and off the motorcycle, and we'll see you again soon.